Everybody.
I am Tedra Kirby, sitting in studio with the one and only crowd motivator, Luta, for an exclusive interview, and I'm substituting for Jarani today. Now, Luta, welcome to the studio yet again to IKTV.
It's always a pleasure. This is like my home, you know.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, man, this is
no
home.
No need to extend the welcome to you. This is
no, this is home base. Yeah.
Now you're in the studio. It must be a special occasion. You're about to celebrate 20 years of soca music, right?
I'm celebrating 20 years.
Right.
I am, yes. About?
You are.
Nah. Right? I'm celebrating from January 1st. I'm celebrating 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, 20 years in the business. What has the journey been like? Take us back to the genesis.
Right. It has been a quite amazing journey, you know, and if I am to do this all over again, I will do it. You know, with everything in life, you know, life itself, you know, there's the ups and downs and the do's and the don'ts and the positives and the negatives and, you know, the advantages and disadvantages. And the music industry, or my 20-year journey in the music, hasn't been any different than, you know, how people live in their normal life, you know, your ups and downs and what's not. But the highs were a lot greater and a lot more excessive than the lows. You know, so I've really had a successful career over the 20 years, and here I am today talking about my 20-year experience.
How did you get your start in soca music?
Pretty interesting. Let me give you the as you say, the genesis where Luta started from. As a youth, I was into reggae music, you know, dub music, the dub culture, you know, being influenced by guys like Lieutenant Stitchy and Ninja Man and Dirty Cup, that's Sean Paul. We know my Sean Paul today, Dirty Cup back in the day, Tiger and those guys. You know, so I used to always chant. That's what we call it back in the day. We were on the block and we chanting, you know. So I was the most, let me say, at that time, the most outstanding person in my community when it came to that. You know, so all my friends, you know, will be on the block liming and they will just pick a topic, you know, pick Tedra, pick a TV, pick the light, and tell Luta, sing on that, freestyle on that, and I will be able to freestyle, you know, very fluently on any topic you choose. You know, so I was known for that. And then one day I took part in a church concert. Don't be too surprised at the church concert, but it was a church concert. And at the end of the concert, the preacher, which is Reverend Father Painter, realized that I was the only male between all the females. So at the end of the concert, when we went up on stage to take a bow, you know, he came and, you know, lifted me up in front of the congregation and said, this is the king amongst all the queens. And at that time, I think they were either celebrating something with Martin Luther King, whether his death or there was something going on around that time. So because it's school and church, you know, a lot of my school friends were there. So then Monday I went back to school, they started calling me Martin Luther King because the preacher said I was the king among all the queens. So after a while, you know, the Martin and the King kind of shred and the Luther stayed with me. Okay, that's
an interesting way of getting a name.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
You said that you would be able to pick anything and dub on it just like that. I'm going to pose a challenge to you.
Yeah.
I want to hear a freestyle about what we're doing here right now in the studio of IKTV with Tedra.
Yeah, well, I'm Tedra. I think it's a pleasure. I will call you home and then I put you on my leisure. Because you in my bedroom, I won't go any further because, girl, if I catch you, there is more of that.
Lord, I think I asked for a bit too.
Too much, yeah? A little bit too much. Yeah, a little bit too much.
That's just to show you a bit of the skills that the man known as Luta still has, right?
Yeah.
You don't lose those things as the years pass by.
At all.
It actually becomes easier.
Yeah, man, more enhanced, you know?
Now, 20 years, you must have had some musical influences over the year, be it in soca or any of the wider genres. Who are some of your musical influences?
It was mainly in the dancehall arena, and we spoke about that. And then in 1994, there was this band called Signal, and they were about to form the band with Anthony Papadas Glasgow, Karen, a girl Karen. She used to sing with the band Black Sun. And they wanted someone to do the dub, the reggae part of that repertoire. And she being, you know, familiar with people in the area, told them, I know this guy, you know, from Calico, he could dub really well. And that is the person who came and checked me and said, well, they're doing this new band and we would like you to join the band to be the dub artist, you know, to do the reggae part of the repertoire. So that is the person that really discovered my talent. It didn't take me long to recognize that if you're not a Jamaican, you're not going too far with this dub and reggae thing. So I made the transition over to soca. Now, as a youth, and when I was able to go out to aquatic club and, you know, to the different dance halls and stuff like that, you know, the Winston Soso, the Beckett, the Carlton City Hall with Exodus, you know, because in those days it was band running things, you know, the Touches and the Touch and the Exodus and the Black Sun, you know, those bands. Back in the day. Yeah, and then from that now I start, you know, looking at like Marshall Montano and Edwin Yearwood, you know, Crossfire. So those guys really would have given me a lot of the influence that you see in Luta style and music today. Now when I joined the band Signal, the person who had the single greatest influence on me was Anthony Papadas Glasgow, because I worked along with him and he was much more experienced than me. I was just joining, getting into the soca thing, but he was already there. He was a great performer, a great singer and everything like that, so I really emulated a lot of what Papa does. So he has, you know, greatly influenced and responsible for a lot of the things you see Luta doing today.
Now, speaking of your days in Signal, I remember on the younger side, whenever a song for Signal came on, one of the first things we did was Signal, everybody, Signal. Yep. That was your voice?
It wasn't, but it's a theme song that we adapted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we adapted a theme song because, you know, we start more say, yeah, man, you have good memory, you have good memory, you're a good girl.
Now, 20 years later, how do you manage to keep yourself current?
Oh, that's a pretty difficult thing, because if you look at a lot of the artists and the lead vocalists with bands that started around my time, not many of them exist today. You know, they kind of fade out into, you know, into the horizon. But it's all about being in tune with what is happening. And I think I was blessed with a talent, you know, to write. I can consider myself a very good writer. You know, over the years, you would have listened to my songs and I would have written for a lot of the artists in the business as well. You know, so it's like staying current with what is the new trend, what, you know, the new generation coming out of school, going to the dance hall, what are they responding to, and also not losing your identity, because I am one person who believes that St. Vincent, our music, has its own identity. The sweetness that we got from, you know, the Winston Soso and the Beckett and all those guys, the Touch and stuff like that, we should never lose that. So although the music has to evolve, it must bear some semblance of what we had in the past to kind of, you know, when someone in the diaspora outside hear a song, they should say that song like a Vince Soca. Why? Because it is sweet, it has that melody, and what that is what we have been known for over the years. So I try to maintain that while, you know, changing my style to really match up with what's current and what is happening, all the change in music, you know, the different fusions and all that. So
let's take a look back. You know, let's dig into the tales of Luta.
Yeah.
You were big in the Soca Monarch arena.
Yeah.
You've since left that. Do you miss it?
Not really. Not really. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I am one artist who believe that one show on one night with one title should not dictate what type of artist you are or what your career should be like. I know, and don't get me wrong, because when you go into Soca Monarch and you win that competition, it do propel you to the next level in terms of people outside recognizing you, getting a lot of shows to do outside, because coming out of every carnival, the people outside, they listen for what is Soca Monarch out of the country, what is Road March. So that helps a lot. But I was able to not win any title, not be in Soca Monarch, and still be in the game in such a way that every year I am still touring, I'm still doing all the regular tours, and every year keep getting more and more, you know, especially this year I've been getting calls from all over and wondering right now, how am I going to really manage, you know? So I don't really miss the competition that much, and going to the competition over the years that I've stopped participating, well, as a competitor, it is not something that I am happy about as to the way the competition is going, because I go to Soca Monarch and you have 18 artists, 18 artists on the show, and then there is only a hype for probably 3 or 4 artists, so the rest, everybody stand up in park like if it's the first time I hearing this song or first time I seeing this artist. It's really not a good experience right now. You need a competition. Back in the day when I started, and I am a pretty young guy, yeah? I'm pretty young, as you know, as you recognize, right? So I was part of the very first Soca Monarch in 1996 or 7, somewhere around there. Very first one that Winston Soso won. And coming right up to about 2000, 2001, when you had the Luta and the Madzart, and you name them, everybody inside there. When you go to a Soca Monarch show, it was party, fed from start to finish. Everybody come from the different areas to back their artists, but they give every artist support.
And you brought down all of Calico.
Oh yeah, man, yeah. And we had the color scheme, you know.
It was orange?
We used to change it every year. So 1 year is orange and 1 year is green and 1 year is yellow, and you know, we switch it up and things. So that was something spectacular that I brought to Soca Monarch. And I wish that, you know, one of the artists now could really take up that and decide, well, this year all my fans you with a particular color. You know, because it really add some dynamics to the thing, man.
Alright, now 20 years. What is Luta doing to celebrate such a milestone in soca music?
Right. There's a couple things that I'm working on and a couple things that I've already accomplished since the year start. One, I've decided there's one artist, right? Soca artist in the business. I've always said I would love to do a collaboration with that artist. I have so much respect for this man, you know. And his name is Edwin Yearwood. Edwin Yearwood. I'm Crossfire. That
he
man,
doesn't know it, but that's my guy.
He has the most amazing vocal for any soca artist in any band. You know, so it has always been my dream, and I said, this year I'm celebrating my 20th anniversary. Pick up the phone and call Edwin. Hey, we're going on star, because, you know, we had a rapport because we are artists who meet on the road all over the place, you know, doing shows. And I say, this is the time for us to do a collaboration. And he said, yeah, man, this is long overdue. Send me what you have.
I'm sure he said it in a Bajan accent. You could do the Bajan accent.
I don't think so. I try a couple of times, but I don't think I could get it right. Okay, but you know, I sent it to him, and you know, one time he and Tony Bailey say, yes, we're gonna do this. We jump on it. So I've done that collaboration. I've also done a collaboration with QQ out of Jamaica, who is the young people artist right now. You know, the one job thing with the girls them doing, you know, and the Stooky and the Mosquito Net and you name it. You know, so we did a song called $1 Billion Wine, and that's going down good. The girls them really loving that. Actually, coming this Sunday, we'll be having a $1 billion competition in park with the girls, because recognize that the way the girls them look and the way they whining, them wine can cost $1,000 or $10 or $1 million. So priceless. So instead of not putting a value, we just say, let me put $1 billion, because within some, you know, just a little pocket of people's reach. $1 billion. If you go $1 trillion, it might be outside almost everybody's reach. If you go $1 million, inside too many people reach. So it'll be something you have to be aspire to reach to. So $1 billion wine.
White on the Dock this year. It's celebrating your 20th anniversary as well. What can the patrons expect?
Well, I'm going to tell you about White on the Dock. And in addition to the collaborations that I've done, I've also done a commemorative album, Luta's 20th anniversary album, where I feature 20 tracks over the years. And how we did that, I sent my catalog of songs to 20 persons, those being fans, friends, and also critics. Because I have some people who critique me over the years. I wanted them to be involved and tell them to choose 20 songs out of my catalog that you think are my best songs. And everybody sent back their songs to me, their choices to me, and we just compiled them and came up with the 20 songs. So that album is available, so you can get it to buy in the stores, and you know, it's going really well.
Is Busy Tone on that album?
Why you choose that one?
That's one of your most memorable songs.
Yeah.
Busy.
For you, yes, and that is good. You know, and that's
not for me, for a lot of people.
A lot of people.
It's a memorable song. There was
a lot of ladies or mixture.
Okay,
people in general. Busy Tone, quite an interesting topic. But Kedra, yes, it's really amazing to hear everyone you talk to. They have a different favorite from Luta, which is a good thing. You know, it shows that, you know, I sing music for different people, different age group, you know, across the board. So 20 years, White on the Dock, my 20th anniversary celebration party. This is going to be epic, trust me. You know, thinking about doing the show, I was wondering what type of show, what type of audience I want to attract, what type of artists to put on the show. And I said, you see, this I want this to be different. It shouldn't be the wild up, the jump up, the run up, the wave up kind of. No, I want it to be classy. One, I want it to be a show where people can come and party. So there's a fete, number of times they have shows and people just come and they stand up and they watch the artists on stage. No, it's gonna be like a party, a fete. It's gonna be classy. That's why we choose the color white as well. Big up to Chanel Mackenzie, white on the dock. And we are gonna start with the ladies, men. Which Scorpion and Bomani, the sweet singing voices, and we bring in the poser, because a lot of people from that era will be there. Then we bring in the Beckett, the ABC Calypso, you can't leave him out of an event like that, and for the young people, you had the Fireman Hooper, and you had the Skinny, and you had the James Zippy, you had the Hans, you had the Chanel Mackenzie, and those guys also have songs in their repertoire that they tailor to suit that type of audience. And to top it off, we had two main acts on the show, which is Luta and the band Signal, and we will be bringing home Paturage. And a question everybody asking me now, because they heard the ad and they hear Signal featuring Papadas and Paturage, and they're asking, is Papadas coming home to sing soca music? Has Papadas backslide? All kind of questions. But it's like he started with me with the band business, and when I call him and tell him I'll be doing the Signal reunion, he say I will come home and bless up the event for you. Now, carnival time, they having shows and they invite preachers to come to the park or whatsoever and pray for the opening and all that, so bless up the event. They do it in that way. He is a gospel artist. He sings, so he come in and, throw in a one or two little conscious tune, you understand me, bless up the thing, and then he go by business, and then we continue with the bacchanal. Paturage, she will be home as well for that, and to top it all off, the Black Stallion out of Trinidad and Tobago, which is one of my icons, tonight the black man feeling to party, you name it, man. you know the tune?
Black man feeling to jam. Hey. Of course, about
yeah, man. So it's going to be a really great event. Kinetics going to be there. Back in the artists as well. We're going to have Too Cool Chris on. We're going to have DJ Q. DJ Fugitive will MC the event. We're going to have simple songs, dynamic songs. They will be the one providing the PA and what's not. So it's going to be a really grand affair. We're going to have everything there. So they got to be there.
And where?
Good. June 7th. So mark the date. June 7th. Cruise ship boat, white on the dock. From 9 p.m. So you have to be early, because the kind of people we're catering for, they're coming out early.
Ticket prices?
So, only $30. So everything
only
that...
$30
only.
For all those parties.
Everything that I've mentioned there, only $30. I think it's the most economical show for the carnival, because it wasn't a show that I say let me go out and make some money. No, it's a celebration. There are just some costs associated with putting on such an event, artists to pay and everything like that. So you have to put a cost to the ticket to cover some some of those expenses. But I just want it to be a grand affair where people come out and just have a good time, just up in your white. I will be in my white. The only fight up I'm seeing right now is how do I get Black Stallion to dress in white. So I wonder if you can advise me.
That task.
I was hoping that you could have helped me.
Just
hoping that you could have helped me. But
you could put him in a straight jacket, but then he wouldn't be able to party like a
That
black
is so
man.
true, like a black man. Yeah.
All right.
So,
sorry.
Yeah. So everyone, just want to thank all the fans, and we reached to that point now. We could thank. Okay.
Go right ahead.
All
this is your platform.
Yeah.
You can say as you please.
Anything.
As long as it's able to go on air.
Right. Yes, good. So just want to thank everyone that has really helped me over the 20 years, in whichever little part, and I don't want to start calling names, because you kind of get dangerous when you call names and you leave out some people and stuff like that. But I want to thank every single person, and every single person not only being my family, my friends and my fans, but even the critics, the people who will meet me and say, Luta, I don't like that and I don't want Luta, this and that, because every little thing means a lot to me. I take everything on board, process it and decide, does this make sense really? Do I need to look at that? No, I should finish throw that out. This one I need to keep. Yes, I need to, revisit that. I need to really look at myself, look at my style, how do I go from this level, from this year to next year, and then from this level to that level, and even the change in the style and everything like that. So I want to thank every single person who has played a role in my career, and this is 20 years, and I'm looking forward to 20 more years. This year has been a really special year for me so far, because I released a song called Till Morning, and I think up to today is about one of the biggest songs in the media, and also the song that people is talking about on the streets and in the bars, wherever you go, in the salon, in Luta and Till Morning. And the amazing thing is that some people took about 2 or 3 weeks before they really realized, wait, that is Luta's song? Up to today, people telling me they don't realize that the song is my song, because it's such a song with a difference. And the creation of that song is one I don't think that I could have sat down home and wrote, because if I was home and tried to write a song, that would not have been the song and how it would have come across, because every artist have their style and the way they write, or they try to recreate yourself and everything like that. But the song was done in a studio that Mark Cyrus called me and told me he had a rhythm. See, I have a rhythm, come here, I want you to listen to this. And I actually got tricked. I never told him this, I never tell him this, but he gonna hear it now. He told me that when you're writing this song, think about Henry Iglesias, think about Pitbull. So you start to call out, some international artist name. Mark Cyrus is a person who does a lot of writing camps, and he goes to a lot of writing camps. So like big artists, they sell songs and try to get big artists to take the music to put on the album. So when he said that to me, my mindset was he wanted me to write a song that he can shop to one of these artists. So I really didn't know I was writing a song for me, I didn't know that. So we went to the studio and he started playing the rhythm, and I said, okay, I didn't write. I said, hook up the mic, and I went on the mic, put on the headphone. And anything that came to my mind, like I freestyle a short while ago, I just start freestyling to however the rhythm was going. So all that time, show me a sign and say, I was like, now, and then I would put in some lyrics and what's not. So I start freestyling a whole bunch of different things. And when we're done, we listen and we say, this part sound good. Put some words to this. And you understand me? And write on the mic. I didn't write anything. Wow. So much so that when the song was released on radio, Mark hit me up on WhatsApp and tell me, send him the lyrics to the song. I had no lyrics. I didn't know the song. So I had to go back now and listen to the song and write out the lyrics to the song. So it was just amazing, the creation of this project. And I think that is why it has taken off that well. So this year with that, and then the collaboration with Edwin Yearwood, that is getting a lot of rotation as well, and a lot of love from people because of the style, the melody, bringing back that party, that party kind of vibe in the thing. And it's playing so good in Barbados that yesterday Tony Bailey hit me up and tell me an announcer on air playing a song for like half an hour and talking about it. So that is the levels we're talking about. So this year has been a really amazing year, and we're gonna top it off now with White on the Dock. And it doesn't end there, because after White on the Dock we have a whole heap of events coming right down to the end of Carnival.
A lot in store
plenty
for Luta on this year, the 20th year of him being involved in soca music as a professional. Now, in case you're just joining us, you just missed one exclusive interview that you definitely have to rewatch in case you missed it the first time, right?
Yeah.
I'm Tedra, sitting here with Luta. That's it for this exclusive.
So can I say one more thing before you go, right? To make it really exclusive.
You can.
Yeah. You want to big up the soca dance, you must big up the Lime soca dance. Every time big up Lime. Want to big up all the sponsors of White on the Dock. You gotta give them the plug. The sponsors, High Road Beer, Holy Own will be there that night. Lime is gonna be up there in a big way. Correz is gonna be there. Lotto is gonna be there in a big way as well. All the other sponsors, that came on board and helping out Luta. Thank you so much. And on the night, we're really gonna have a grand time. So before I go, June 7th, Cruise ship terminal, white on the dock. Get your tickets, and tickets going really, really, really fast. Get them now. It's going to be more at the door. Thank you.
All right, Cedra chatting with Luta. That was an exclusive interview sitting in for Jarani today. You're watching IKTV. Stay tuned.
Carnival,